It's going live without me.
Oh, it's doing it with you. There you are. Look at that.
But
Little bitty delay.
little bitty, that's like a 7-second delay.
I,
When I hit go live and I'm not even in the preview box, that's kind of
I suppose.
disarming.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we are live in some manner. You'll let us know. Bonjour, Dal. You'll let us know how good we are in terms of
Do
what.
you wanna clap now and see? But wait, no, that wouldn't help us. That would
Mm,
only
mm, mm,
2, 3,
mm,
4,
mm,
5,
mm.
6,
Hey, hey,
7,
everybody,
8,
come
9,
here to
10.
shout.
We haven't clapped yet in the video. There's a full at least 10-second delay.
Okay.
Oh, man. Mate's watching 2 streams at once.
Mm.
What else is going
Yeah,
on?
I need to know. Uh,
My word.
but so just so everybody is aware, you are significantly delayed. So when we ask for feedback, we're going to be sitting a while. So once you give your feedback, there's just going to be us sitting there, I suppose. I'm also going to be checking my phone to see how my sister does in her thing.
I am. Mine is not on Do Not Disturb, so I'll see all the text messages as they come in.
Very good. Ah, ah.
Ooh, play Battle Brothers. Nice. Well, that sounds exciting.
I've never heard of that.
I haven't died there, but it sounds exciting that there's like an opportunity for chat participation with that.
Mm.
Jonathan, you would think that that doesn't seem unusual, but like I always have our video pulled up and like the delay we're on today is significantly more than what I'm used to seeing. So, and yes, Anime Fan, we did enjoy the Easter weekend. Thank
Well,
you.
that is interesting. This looks a lot like, it looks like it was semi-inspired by Shining Force, which is, of course, the game that inspired all this. So that's cool.
Nice. Well, now are you seriously moving on to checking email while you're just like
Yeah,
floating through your phone?
I'm just checking my email.
Goodness, he knows how to make good TV, folks.
All right, now you people calm down. We're going to get to exactly what you want to see right now with my lovely companion, Jessica Samson. Sorry,
Wow.
your
I
name
got
your name needed a little zazz.
I need a little more pizzazz.
Hmm.
Okay. Also, that kind of got a little loud right in my ear.
How about this?
It was no. Oh man. Okay. Oh, apparently the delays for Europeans are also super long. Do you think? Huh.
The delay will give great Dora vibes.
Uh, um. So I'm ready to announce poll results. Are we
Yeah, I'm
there
ready for
yet, or
that.
should we?
No, I'm ready for that too.
Okay.
So,
So
oh, as a reminder,
I was gonna say maybe we
yeah,
should.
maybe we should. So what we were doing, we're talking about what to do with post-vocalic H, and we have three possibilities. One of which is do nothing,
Mm-hmm.
so just post-vocalic H gets to stay. Another is that post-vocalic H voices next to voiced consonants, and then drops. How many options did we
There
have?
were actually 4 because one was just straight up it disappears.
Yeah. One is also, so one is it stays, and one
Yeah.
is it just disappears.
And then the voices and
Yeah.
lengthening are 2 sides of that coin. That's the 1A versus 1B.
Yeah, so the voicing and lengthening is that only voiced H is going to drop out and cause lengthening, meaning that only an H that has voiced due to its proximity to a voiced consonant would it disappear. H would stay if it was like, do I have an example there? So like at the end of a word or
Or
basso.
basso. Yeah.
And then D would be just H just drops out and lengthens wherever it is,
Yes.
voiced or voiceless. So those were the options and the results.
Well, the results were not so definitive.
Oh,
And by not so, I mean not definitive at all. Um, So, oh, Magpie says we're responding chat faster than normal. Wow.
Hmm.
Goodness. We needed to be on a delay too. Okay, so it disappears is the least favorite, where
Yeah.
it just disappears and that's it. Does nothing. That was in fourth place. And third place was nothing happens. So the H just
It sticks
stays.
around.
But then we have a tie for first and second place, so we have no winner.
Okay.
So obviously it's going to do something with lengthening the vowel.
Yeah.
The question is whether that only happens in a situation where there's a voiced consonant after it or everywhere.
Yep. So you want to just put it to the stream audience?
I would love to. Do you want to actually type up in this document some of those examples? Because I would like
Yeah.
to talk about the consequences of these decisions.
All right. Let's do
So
a
yeah,
table.
everybody be ready because you're going to get to vote on this because our patrons couldn't decide. And honestly, I kind of want both for very different reasons. And like, I don't know, even if we kept H in some places, I may think maybe there's something else we could do with it and get rid of it some other way.
Only voiced everywhere. All right. So this is what we're going to do. Let's come up with some forms, all right? So the first one we had was kahdi, only voiced.
Actually, it was kade because we don't have any E's.
Thank you. And then everywhere.
Would also be kade.
Same.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that everybody can see this.
Oh, yeah. Let me check the preview while you're doing that. Oh, yeah. The side of the table's hidden. If you can drag the thumbnails to the left, I think that'll. And I'll let you know in roughly 10 seconds if that worked. In the meantime. Oh, I can flip back and forth. Another one was man. Oh, yeah, that worked. We're good. And, right. And then basso. Those are the examples we had in the voting thing.
And let's come up with some other ones. Let's like,
Initial H's would disappear but have no long vowel because there's nothing before it, right?
Let's take a look. Do we have
because oh goodness, this is taking a while, but there we go. Because I don't think we did anything to initial H's yet.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, and this is about voicing but only by a consonant. Yeah, there's nothing yet about initial H's.
All right.
So yeah, Hana versus Anna.
Let's see. Anything else?
Those are all others.
Can I go to the description of what I wrote in the poll?
Yes. Oh, these two?
Yeah. The code H will become another more. Well, I suppose this is a...
Oh, wait, Hana would still say, because even in the everywhere, coda H drops out. It doesn't say H drops out, coda H. So Hana would be Hana in both cases.
Okay, all right. Now what about this?
Not coda. Did we allow that cluster?
Apparently so.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I don't think, like I said, I don't think the voters really took it all into consideration. So actually, I have no idea what would happen here.
Oh, Jake says screen chat froze again, and it looks like it may have. what they see. Oh, when you just did that, it seemed to bounce up. So let's
Yeah.
see if that worked. I'll let you know.
It needs to be like the last thing I see.
Yeah, it caught up as soon as you did that. Okay. Sorry about that. It's the laptop situation. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem to happen on the desktop. Um, okay, I thought we had something for some reason, but no, we just looked and we didn't have something that took care of that.
So yeah, something will need to be done there.
Well, the H would voice because,
Or would it?
well, it's touching something that's voiced.
It's also touching something that's voiceless.
But I think the voicing carries over.
It's voicing before something that's voiced.
There's a comma. You said that means before or after. It's in the presence of a voiced consonant.
Yeah. That's weird. I would think that stops outrank approximants in that.
Well, that sounds like something we're going to have to figure out. Encoder position. That's fine. Yeah, we don't have anything. That just seems like an unlikely pair, but you know, weirder things have happened.
I suppose so.
Okay. What is was 2? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, technically that is a coda H, I guess. So then yeah, we need to figure out what. Oh, hi, Silvertail. Oh, and Jake is pointing out. I mean, technically we could get like naha, where nah is one syllable, ha is the second. Oh, you just did that, just with a different onset. Cool. Jake asked if we're going to do approximate killing in that position. In Cupcake Parade, some days we all need a little state the obvious kind of day. And Jared says, found out today my town has a road named Opossum Town Pike.
Oh my! And Opossum Town is one word.
Indeed. Okay, that is. Yeah, Magpie, this is one of the unfortunate things about that pop-out chat box that we have discovered on a desktop, because it's part of the overall view of what's going on. It seems to stay updated. On a laptop, if it gets buried underneath other windows, it seems to freeze. And so trying to keep it in place has been difficult. And so we will try some different things. But yeah, please keep telling us if it totally freezes. So that way we can try to stay on top of that. So that's good. Okay, so
Yeah, we still have some things to figure out, but we can just decide this.
Yeah.
Basically, if you want more long vowels, vote for this one. If you want more huh, vote for this one.
By the way, I think in everywhere, I would say maha, because the coda H would disappear. The onset H would stay. The original would lengthen because of the coda H disappearing.
I don't know about that.
Well, that's how I see it.
I don't know if that's what would actually happen.
Well, okay.
Maybe.
Cupcake Bread, I think I saw your comment just go up, so maybe it's still working. All right, so I'm gonna do a little poll here. When should we delete coda H and lengthen a vowel? Only before voiced consonants. Everywhere. Those are our options, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh my gosh. I don't even know. And yeah, we'll figure out the question marks when we figure out which question marks we have to figure out.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Alk.
Hey, Alec.
I said hi first. Just want you to know that. I want you to know that, Alk. I was there.
So it's combat, is it?
It's combat. To the extreme. Oh, and I just realized Alk was like shouting hi because it's like, hi!
Alk, how are you doing?
Very
Tell
calmly.
me about your day.
Oh my gosh, look at our initial results.
Very close.
Well, for a while it was just stuck at 50-50, so I was like, oh no, we need a runoff vote for the runoff vote for the runoff vote.
Well, Bibleridian's vote always counts for 2, so.
Miles is asking, is the possibility of long nasal vowels on the table? This will affect my vote. Because I guess technically we could get MANHTO. Because aren't nasals, liquids, and glides able to be followed by fricatives and stops?
No, that wasn't the decision. Was it?
Scroll up. Or, yeah, scroll all the way up to our syllable structure. Nope, never mind, you're right. Nasal or fricative. Sorry, no.
What?
It's rhotic, liquid, glide, can be followed by nasal or fricative.
Yeah, so no long nasal vowels.
At least not from this decision.
Yes, that's the best way of putting it.
All right. Boy, we are... I don't know whether to go by this number or that number in terms of the votes. And it's so darn close. Whew. Oh, hi, Ragdoll. Glad the... Oh, wait, I already said hi to you. Woo! I'm in a good state to you. But glad that your alarm went off and you can make it. And speaking of, while I give it just one more minute, let me double check.
Is Bibleridian here? I want to wait. Keep this pulled.
LangTime. Okay. Oh, no, that's next week on the day.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, did something just happen?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I was just looking at what's coming.
Slightly biased in the subject. Oh, yes. Okay. Well, should I... God, do I just let it sit for another 10 minutes?
Yeah, because, like... Also, why does this say concurrent viewers 24 and this says concurrent viewers 27?
I don't know. I've asked that so many times. And I think every time we do a poll, we're like, which number do we use? And it's only like, it's always hard when it's this close. When it's far away, it's so easy. It's like, yeah, mathematically it doesn't matter. But this matters. This is like, if there are 27 people watching out there, those 3 votes could change the results.
Yeah.
And so... I don't know. What do I do? But it's been going for 3 minutes now. Do you think? We should set a fixed poll time in advance. That's really smart, Mateus.
I suppose.
We should really think through that. What is an appropriate... Should I poll them? What is an appropriate amount of time to respond to a poll?
Hey, is there a way to keep a window on top?
All right, I'm gonna call it because now 25 is 25, and we have. Did you want the other one to win?
Yes, it did.
Oh, Bib, what was your super vote? Did we do the right thing? Did we do the right thing? Oh wait, we have to wait for like 10 seconds before Bib hears me ask.
It's my waiting dance.
You're like really shaking that chair.
Oh, this chair is like
and
almost broken.
And it seems like not one you should be shaking.
Bibleridian agrees with the results. All right.
Fine.
I'm just going to turn my conlanging hat in over there, I suppose. Oh, God. Okay, so... let's do this. Fricative voicing. Fricatives adopt the voicing of whatever is adjacent to them except for vowels, I guess. When 2 fricatives occur next to one another, the voicing of the first in the pair carries the day. When A fricative is in between a voiced approximant and a voiceless consonant, then
Sorry, did you want me to answer? You seem so upset by the results of most of these votes. I'm just so sorry. Hi, CJ.
we'll
And
bring it back.
Kara's, based on the numbers I'm seeing, that's not possible because, like, at some point we had 27, and neither of my numbers is as high as 27 now. So, like, it's not the highest. I really don't know.
I wonder if one of these numbers counts like if the YouTube is not the top of the screen. So, somebody puts us in the background and can still hear us. They're like, nope, they're not watching. It's like, don't be like that.
Or what if these viewers are still like 10 minutes behind because they had to pause?
Oh,
These viewers are with us right now.
okay. Okay.
Maybe? I don't know.
So concurrent means something different there.
There than here. I really don't know. That's a little question mark. At the most recently available time. This one doesn't have a question mark. I can't tell you. Okay. Anyway.
So yeah, we can absolutely have something like this.
Oh, CJ thinks we sound robotic. I mean, should we admit to everybody that we aren't really here? These are our approximate robot selves. Hopefully it's just your audio. That's the first we're hearing about it. And, if we are robots, shame on everyone else for not telling us before now. There you go, Carl. Just when he asked, please no more voices, David. Here we go. All right, Jake, I remember, oh goodness, you had a suggestion.
Sorta.
Oh, approximate killing. That's what he said.
Yeah, I know.
I was trying to remember. Goodness, my brain is not making connections today.
That is another thing. Well, let's just write this rule in here somewhere. Where are things getting deleted? Post-glide central vowel annihilation, vowel lowering. There's nasalization that's getting rid of stuff.
So apparently there is a funny echoey sound. There's a reverb in this room. Do you think maybe we shouldn't be sitting this close to the window? We were going to give you all a view and then found out it was so bright in the background we may have killed your eyes.
Oh.
And so we closed the curtain on the window, but there's a lake behind us and it's gorgeous. We should go outside and stream.
That would be nice.
You would freeze, but it would be cool.
No. Like I wouldn't freeze. I'd be down for that.
Well, maybe at the end of the stream we'll take the computer out and go stand on the balcony.
Okay, so there are like cascading decisions that need to be made here. One of them we can decide right now, because not for that one, but for this protoform. All right. So something like this. This is legal, illicit, and allowed. If we put our lengthening rule here, the result of that will be Suda. If we put it after here, the result will be Suda.
But wasn't there one we were keeping?
No. It is the rule that just won, which was the H only drops out next to voiced things.
Sorry, but no, there's one diphthong, so we would still have sauda.
Yes.
How do you do the Sao? I was doing it right? Okay.
Yeah, it's just like what we have, except it's less of an for us and more of an Sao. It's supposed to sao. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so those would presumably lengthen at this stage, yeah. But anyway, basically one of these, like if we put it after this, we have more long vowels. If we put it before that, we have fewer long vowels.
I want more long vowels.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so then
That was the whole
at
point of this, right?
um, actually with the decision that was made, we have fewer long vowels.
I know. I wanted it everywhere too, David.
All right. This language just ain't going our way, is it?
No, it's not.
The the people watching and the Patreon the patrons are just taking this in a direction of their own.
We're going to start a live stream with 0 participant interaction. This is how it's going to be. We'll ask questions to get feedback and be like, nah, this is how we're doing it anyway.
That actually was my original idea when I was thinking about just doing this by myself. Like not this,
Sure.
but just doing work. I was just
watch
scream
me
it.
work, essentially.
Yep. Okay, so then this is voiced.
Yeah, it's around midnight for Matei, so he'd appreciate a view if we want to go outside.
Yeah. Okay.
Good job, Jake.
Let's see.
Oh my gosh, Jonathan, that's actually kind of a fun idea.
Hmm.
Do 2 versions, one for how the patrons want and one for how you want, and then essentially we would just be having dialects, right? This is one dialect.
Okay, actually,
I know, George. Anytime you invite, sometimes it's not going to go your way.
there. The voiced glottal fricative is deleted, resulting in a long vowel. Okay. And that is specifically placed. So that one is decided. Now back to this one. So now we have to decide is what to do with that, and also this this question about the deleted that one, approximate.
The deleted approximate.
Yeah, the Korean thing. Remember where it's like talgi is fine, but tagba.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. In fact, let's go back and take a look at Jake's explication.
Kellen is pointing out when you deal with cats, you don't always get what you want. The Delta region dialect. I like it.
Let's see. One sec.
Are you finding?
Just gotta check out my email. And now, LangTime Studio. I think it was in cat. Okay, here we go. Korean, the phoneme in question has a few realizations. Yeah, I mean, we don't need to know about the realizations. We just need to know about when it disappears. Let's see. LH or LS are no longer used as much in modern Korean and would be realized as L without a following vowel. So, Middle Korean KALH become modern Korean KAL, I mean, effectively. Still, I think.
Like, I feel like in something like Sorta, the H is the.
Yeah, I have to
weak
say
lane.
this doesn't seem super relevant to the original idea. That is an interesting idea. That R and L could go to ya and W. I'm not sure about R to ya, but I suppose it could happen. But yeah, let's. All right.
Okay. Oh, Jake says the original bit was above.
Really?
Is it above that?
Hold on a sec.
Maybe it was this comment here. Hmm.
How above?
Or maybe Jake was saying above in here. I don't know. Goodness. Have I
In
mentioned my
Korean,
brain
the
is off
liquid in
today?
complex codas is often elided in citation form, but shows up when it is no longer considered medial final. So chicken is tak. With the top of marker E, it becomes talgi. How is that?
Because it's re-showing back up.
Yes.
Because we're adding.
Okay. All right. Now I've got
We
it.
found it.
Now I've got it. Okay, so
Thank
then.
you, Jake. That was a journey.
So then what we need to do, in fact, it would probably show up in this position as well. That is there.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we're looking at, let me start a new, and it might need to happen before this. Why is this bolded? Can't believe you allowed me to do that.
I think the little carrot is bolted too. That goes to. Go ahead, compliment me on my catch.
Honestly, I mean, well done, work colleague. All right. Okay, let's keep this for right now, but we're going to start a new work area right here. So, first we have these three to consider. So just putting that up at the top. Go ahead and bold that and make it a little bit bigger. But here, the situations would be like salga or sal. So in other words,
Thank you, CJ.
we have this kind of, I'll put a capital R here. V, capital R, that is V, capital R stands for this, and then C, and then either consonant or end of the word. So this is the environment we are targeting, and it's the exact same one that Jake pointed out originally. This was the Korean example was talk becoming talk, but talgi becoming talgi. Well,
There we go, yeah.
yeah. All right. And put some space between that. All right. I like that.
I like that too, where it's the approximate does drop out, but we don't allow stops at the end. We only allow nasals and fricatives after approximants.
Yeah.
Does it make as much sense? Especially when the fricative is an H. For the approximant to disappear.
Let's, this is tough. We might run out of space here. Can you go to our consonant inventory? Like that. Mateus seems sorta complex.
Love it.
Okay, so then the consonants that we're talking about are going to be, we have ch too? Oh my God. Okay, so then the consonants that can be here, wait, no, here.
Yeah, because that would be an onset if there's another consonant.
Right. We'll call this, what letter you think would represent a nasal and a fricative?
Well, C, because they both are continuous.
All right. Well, let's go ahead.
No, not sonorant. Let's
just do X. That's something.
That is, X is now a nasal and a fricative. I like it.
Yeah, okay. X is going to equal S, Z, X,
H.
H, M, N. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's the entirety of it. So what I think that you're suggesting is that this group is so weak you don't see it killing the approximates?
No, H out of that group is an oddball. The
Hmm.
S and the Z I could see because if you have a word like salsa for them,
Yeah.
salsa, with it, gotta have another T in there, otherwise you're just getting sol and then sa.
Yeah, Salsta.
But solsta, like I could see that being like sawsta. Maybe with a lengthened vowel because it's like something has disappeared
Yeah.
and we want to mark it. And so like sawsta. But then like I don't know how we would rescue that again, but you know, at some point it would be rescued.
Go. Hold on a sec. No.
Oh, says Middle Korean you have the opposite where SALH would be Sol, but then you add the I to the end and it becomes Sol He.
Oh. Oh. Okay. So like that's precedent enough for making H different.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah. Now where's a party font?
Oh, there's literally party
There is, but I
if
don't.
you go up. Do you have font diner? Because there's party LET. But if you have font, is it font diner?
I don't, but I think that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, Salsta.
There we go.
Ha ha.
Where's my pages?
All right. So let's
That may not have been the one I was thinking of. As I'm staring at fonts.
mhm.
I know how to keep things interesting on a stream. I'm looking up fonts. Ooh. I didn't know we had all these hieroglyphic fonts.
Oh yeah. I took Egyptian hieroglyphs. You knew that yeah.
Doesn't mean I've gone through your fonts.
Why not?
Because I only look for the ones I need in the moment that I need them. That's how I am. WD requests a drop capital. But I think David's on a different path.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry, we got something else going on.
And George
entirely.
is seconding the make age different.
Yeah.
I approve.
Maybe this, and then we'll finish it off with a little goal.
Nice.
Tenemos alsta. Tenemos alsta. Okay.
Which comes out of Sasta. I mean, with my L's and R's anyway, I would just naturally start dropping that. So
Okay, let's just throw in a couple of others so that we can make sure we're happy about this. And I think that was it. Okay, so salka, sal, and then we have sarh, sarh, sarh. Yeah, boy, it really kind of makes you want to.
Yeah, it just the L just starts disappearing.
And definitely salmka, salmka.
Sanka, yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
I am happy with getting rid of the approximate in those situations, except where, again, like those shorter roots, the one syllable roots, you would end up adding a vowel and it ends up getting like resuscitated, which is actually a really cool thing.
Yeah. Okay, so
hi, Riafio.
So then we have H now treated differently, so we can separate that out.
Jake says I was straight back to the orange gold situation in season 2. Sounds about right. We actually had to talk about that the other day when a car drove by. Mm. Mm. David just needs a moment to collect his thoughts. He'll be back.
Also, I would like to remind the court you described my sense of color as what?
A
You
little off.
are under oath.
That's different though. You
Oh,
pick
that's different.
you pick good combinations. That doesn't mean you can name the colors that you're combining.
I pick good combinations. I mean, how could I do that if I just couldn't tell what these colors are?
I did compliment your ability to. He picked yarn for my new project, and I needed two colors that worked really well together.
Mm-hmm.
And he did a very good job picking out those two colors, and I complimented him.
Uh-huh.
That does not mean
Because
you know the difference between yellow
it,
and orange.
I think I do. I think I do. My goodness.
Oh man, it's back, Jake.
You
The
know what?
debate is back.
Next time when you ask me for color suggestions, be like, oh, why not hot pink and dirty brown? That's a good combo.
The pink could save the brown.
No, it couldn't. Not the dirty brown that I'm thinking of.
Anyway,
All right.
you wouldn't do such a thing. I complimented you. I even said I didn't even think it would work out that well, but I was trusting you.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I started the project, I was like, oh, this is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I complimented you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I told you.
Thank you for telling them. All right.
Anyway, George agrees that, yeah, coda L is practically in his speech. I think George and I may say things similarly in a lot of ways.
Mm.
But yeah.
All right. So we're gonna put a couple of other things here.
I'm excited to see where this is going. No more drama. Oh no, it just, okay. It froze for a second, but I think it's back. We had the wheel, but excellent connection the whole time, so fingers crossed. And no problem, Jake. It's actually kind of funny. And by kind of, I mean very funny.
What?
Watching your reaction to me talking about your color recognition. Oh, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is one set. But then the other thing that we need to consider, and I think that this should be at the proto stage. I'm sorry, can you, on yours, our proto vowels, we had a 6-vowel system, right? The what I call the tent system.
Yeah.
All right. And so then we need to consider basically
And I didn't include the nasal variations in there yet, so I was waiting.
Yeah, don't worry
until
about that.
we figured out what vowels were actually there. Some people argue that you shouldn't consider nasal vowels separately from quality inventory anyway, unless there is no oral counterpart. I just never know.
But we're gonna do this at just the proto stage for right now. But the question is, so I'm totally fine with doing long vowels in theory. The question is just, do we want to consider changing quality at all? So obviously for H, the answer is no, because there's nothing. The L stays. In fact, we should write this down, that it would become correct.
Yeah. But then salhi would be salhi,
Yeah.
and if something were added at the end of salka, it would be whatever the A does with it, and out the H is out forevermore.
Yeah. Here, I'll put some asterisks on these things.
Oh my. Ralphio says, my sister was looking at a color palette for something, and one of the color names was dead salmon.
Yeah.
Not the beautiful live salmon, but dead salmon.
Well, of course, that's the thing. It's a bit bizarre to call the color salmon salmon, because that's not what salmon look like when they're living and happy. That's only what salmon flesh looks like, which you don't see unless you've killed it.
Which is dead.
Yeah.
And it's still not that color because it's actually much more red-like if you have wild salmon. I have broken David. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
It would be hard to paint your room with one that's alive.
Yeah, this one's.
Oh, it was a salmon pink hue that was a little gray, so lifeless. Oh my.
Oh,
Wow. I wanna work for like a color company and name their colors. One of my favorite things when I was a kid and like when my dad would have to go to the hardware store, I would always want to go with him so that way I could look at the paint chips.
Yeah.
Because I love those little paint cards. And I would be like every so often I'd be allowed to take one home because I couldn't take them all home because then I would just have those little paint cards everywhere. But I was so excited and I would save my little palettes of paint cards.
That's really cool.
I love them.
I want to work for a pharmaceutical naming company.
Oh, I could name colors and you could name drugs.
Because
yes, this sounds appropriate.
I would do so much better than Humira and Jardiance and.
What was the one we saw the other day that we were like, wait, that's not even a drug company name? Like we were like so disgusted that it was just a normal word and it was not like something exciting. I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember what it was either. Anyway, so we're happy with that. We are happy with L anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Sarka. Are you happy with the ch deleting the r there? Sarch.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're also happy with sarka. Good Lord.
No, I'm not happy with that at all, David.
Let's try with the N. Sarna. I'm sorry. Sarnka. Sarn.
I think we need to revisit our syllable structure, but it was a patron vote, so I get it.
No. So what I'm saying is, are you happy with it deleting information?
I'm not happy with it being a possibility.
Oh, I know. But they all love it.
Something has to delete. And I don't know whether it's the trill or the N, but something has to be deleted there.
Yeah, so the question is which one's the stronger one? Like this one, the answer was obvious. And with S, Z, and X, it feels like the answer was obvious for L.
Yeah.
Question is, are R and any more powerful?
And that was, okay, I'm going to have to move my leg because this table is like not providing me. So sorry, this is a very small table, and so movement requires everything to move. Oh my goodness. A Sugma joke here. You have to break a few salmon if you want to paint a wall. Oh, that's good stuff. Okay, the R we voted on, that was a full trill. That was not flap or a R.
Yep.
So we had two trills. Sarna.
Sarnka. And sarn.
God, I feel like trills are going to take over. I feel like the L is weak in this situation. The trills are not so weak.
Okay.
I, however, would be interested in exploring the possibility of the N affecting, say, sarga, where the N affects a voiceless, stop after it. Because it's like a piece of it survived, but like...
Oh, jeez, that's getting really complex. But, let's introduce some other ones that we didn't do then.
I mean, I'm also happy with just saying the N disappears. That's fine. Because something... You're right, George. Yeah, with the especially with the uvular trill, the fricative is just going to end up blending, and so it's like I think the uvular trill at that point, because it was the first sound being produced, is like taking over.
Sarska, sars. Sarska, sars.
I mean, I'm okay with that staying.
Hmm.
I don't know. S and Z feel different to me. But then we're getting into a 23 rule situation whereby every syllable structure has a different outcome, and that just seems messy.
Hmm.
Ooh, nasals could turn their trills into nasals. Oh, I don't know if I could do that. Jake says in Korean the nasal dominates, but also it's not trilled, so.
Yeah, it's just a flap or an L, really.
And Miles says maybe a vowel quality shift with the uvular trill and the trills merge.
Well, that was the next thing. That was the next thing.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten there yet. Right now, we were just trying to determine if these approximants were all just going to get axed when they were next to true fricatives or nasals. And I think that we were happy with L. So like salka becoming saka, saka, and salnka becoming sanka, and even silent san. Yeah, happy with that. Here is just the fricatives are, I'm sorry, the trills are a little stronger. Sarka, sarka, sarnka, sarka, sarska.
See,
And that,
like in that, it feels like in sarska, and probably because my brain is interpreting ska as an onset. But it feels like it's less cumbersome to say
sar.
than sarn, where
Yeah,
it's like trying to close out that alveolar nasal after that trill. Sarn, sarn. Like
yeah.
it
Well,
seems like way too much, whereas sars just seems like you could just kind of let your tongue stop flapping and you get the fricative.
yeah, because even if it were treating it like an onset there, it certainly isn't here. SARS still seems to be a possibility. Incidentally, that would probably become SARS, right?
Say it again.
SARS.
Oh, if we, yeah, SARS, SARS, SARS,
SARS.
SARS. Mm.
SARS. Because according to our rules, it would.
Oh,
Yeah.
because the fricative's voice.
Yes. So SARS. SARS.
I don't know, but we need to celebrate
SARS.
something soon.
Don't worry, we're getting close. Um, I think that Sanka, Sanka, Sarka. I think I'm going to suggest something which is radical,
No.
terrible,
What?
and something you're going to hate.
Never.
Going to do it right here.
These are things that David never does.
So, Sarka becomes Sarka. Sarnka becomes Sarka. It is a geminate trill in coda position.
Why would I hate it?
Sarka versus Sarka. Minimal pair.
I mean, sure, like it's like other minimal pairs that are difficult for me to distinguish between, but that's why I have river dialects.
I hope George Corley was responding. I hope he actually saw it. Jonathan likes it. Jonathan knows what's up.
I mean, I'm not like, oh, woohoo, because this violates some other things that I don't know. Um, even across word boundaries. Ooh. Um, okay, but what about Sarska?
Sarzka. Well, okay, wait, hold on. We don't know what's going to happen here yet, but we are determined that this is going to stay. So an S or Z.
Silvertail says could be worse, I guess.
Sarka. Sarka. And now, okay.
Jake says maybe a single coda R becomes a flap. Debbie says...
Sarka.
Oh, or the other way around, talking about the alveolar trill. Okay.
Yes, it could, but that wouldn't.
Miles says, I don't hate it, but also it could be an intermediate form.
It could be, but also like, while that was a nice solution for that one, we do have this pair.
Please.
Sarka. So sarka versus sarka.
Very cat-like, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that for the cats.
Yeah.
I don't like it for me because
Sarka.
it will never be distinguishable, but also the cats would just roll their eyes at me anyway and be like, she's such a dog person.
Yep. Then we also have possibility.
Matei says, it's always fun to get yourself into trouble with sound change. Lean into it.
And this one.
And Jake, because you guys love the trills. Nice. Okay, go on.
This word in the modern form becomes brr.
Aww. I mean, we love that, don't we? Okay, so if we kept the S for now in SARS, what if it were this one, the uvular trill S? Would that stay in?
SARS, yeah.
Okay, and just voice.
Then we should probably no, yeah, L is just weak. L is weak. Okay, and then let's revisit the ch real quickly. So it's sarka, sarch.
Ugh. Do you need hairball?
Yeah, no. So do we want that one to become trill as well? So sarka.
Yeah. Oh,
becomes
God.
sarka.
Yes. Either that or it disappears.
Sarch.
It either disappears altogether, like the H, or it becomes a long trill. It needs to, something has to happen there.
Okay. I'm actually on the fence with this one about whether it's going to become the Geminet or whether it's going to get this treatment.
The only reason that I could offer...
It's stronger than H.
It is stronger because it has
stronger than
H.
It
has a voicing alternative,
okay.
Whereas H doesn't. So what we would argue is essentially that X is voicing to the gamma, and then that is what's getting assimilated to the uvular trill.
Mm-hmm.
And so that makes more sense than the H.
It does, but the H does also voice, remember, based on our recent poll.
Voices to the gamma?
No, H voices to voiced H and then disappears.
But disappears.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't done a rule where the gamma disappears.
No. Okay. All right. So this is going to be a little tricky to write up, but I think that we've made all of the decisions.
So now we can celebrate.
The only decision we haven't made is quality.
Yes, I'm hungry, David.
Quality is going to change. Okay, so once again...
Feed your partner.
Once again, both Jesse and I have forgotten Kopiko on the road.
Yeah, and this is unfortunate because we're on the road for 2 weeks. And so we're like, well, now we got to figure out new ways to celebrate until we're back home with our Kopiko jar.
Yeah.
But I can't believe I even made a joke about making a Kopiko pack to go to make sure it was always in my suitcase.
Yeah, and like...
And then I forgot.
You'd think that we would have learned since we made this mistake last time.
Yeah.
I mean, we commented on it, we talked about it, we forgot it.
Thing.
Both of us forgot it again. So instead, what we have today are granola cookie clusters from Crazy Monkey Baking.
And it's a smaller company out of Ashland, Ohio, so it's like a local thing.
I really want to believe that they think that they have trademarked snacking never tasted so good.
There is no pico.
These are pumpkin seed and spice, our no pico for today.
Yes, yes.
They're actually really good.
We are streaming from Deer Creek, Ohio.
Ohio. Ohio.
Yes, everybody at home who actually has a Copico, please have an extra one for each of us.
Yeah.
And you can leave that bag up here. Don't even pretend to put it away after
I
we
know.
cheers.
I know. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
There you go, girls.
I am. I won't be talking for the rest of the stream.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just be snacking. And yes, we are in Ohio.
All
And
right.
hi, Alice. Glad you're here.
So, L is weak.
George wants to know, why are you in Ohio? That is a good question, George.
I have only ever had positive interactions with Ohio. I've never had any complaints about Ohio.
As you're dropping your Nopico.
Mm-hmm.
But we are here for a very specific purpose.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Take it over.
We are at Ice and Fire Con, which is a Song of Ice and Fire convention. I'm really, really excited to be here. I was really excited to be here in 2020, April, when it was scheduled. Then it got pushed to October of 2020. Then it got pushed to April of 2021. And then it got pushed to April 2022. It finally happened. So I'm very, very excited to be here. I was really jazzed that there was going to be like just a full Song of Ice and Fire convention, and I've been looking forward to this for years.
As a side note, if you're ever in Columbus, Ohio, The Crest is an amazing restaurant. So good.
Hold on. H is weakest.
And Jenny's Splendid Ice Cream is a great follow-up.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
I like this. H is weakest. L is weak.
okay.
Trills are strong.
I put a question mark there. I keep forgetting there's no I.
Like, Miles, I am so tempted to make David drive me back to Columbus tonight just so I can get more ice cream.
Oh, man. We can make it. That one was open till 11.
I know. I know.
We would just make it.
We'd like
Ooh.
barely make it time for closing. But there's a couple more flavors I really want to try, including that biscuit and peach jam.
I know.
The biscuits and peach, whatever it was called.
I didn't try it. I'd meant to, but I forgot.
They have an ice cream though called Everything Bagel, and it is literally Everything Bagel ice cream. And I don't know how they did it. And it wasn't horrible, but like I was in the mood for peanut butter and chocolate last night. But like it was a tasting journey because it's like this is ice cream, sweet, but still everything bagel. It was like my brain didn't know how to process the flavor.
I wasn't even brave enough to try that one.
Oh, we will, George. We'll let you know if we make it to Madison. This one will be especially excited because he's never been.
Oh yeah, I'll let you know when I make it there by getting off the plane after you've invited me there for a speaking engagement. My goodness. Let us know if you make it.
He's not bitter at all.
I'm seething.
This one never holds grudges.
I'm basically 90% grudge. That's what keeps me going. All right. And then
I can back that claim.
and then I kind of want to
See, but George, that's why you have to start a whole convention of your own. And it doesn't have to have anything to do with the university. Just start and run a convention. That's not a big deal. Not like you have kids at home and a podcast to run and a job to do. Just, add to it. And then you can invite them. They really should be able to ship pints all the way out to California. We should look into that. Then you could get that gooey butter cake in a pint.
That was tremendous.
Brambleberry honey is his favorite. Oh, or the lavender. I didn't try the lavender one.
And I didn't try brambleberry honey. I saw that. Okay. Does this... Oh, but S's are strongest. That's it.
If we order at least 4 pints, they ship.
Oh, well, that's not bad. Their pints are $10, though.
It's an investment.
Yeah. That reminds me, what was that other one? Oh, McConnell's, our local SoCal ice cream. Their pints are $10 too in the store, like in Vons.
It's good ice cream, though.
Okay, from this...
At some point I need to move this away so I don't ruin my dinner, but...
From this, I can reconstruct everything that we've done so far. Next, we need to talk about this.
Okay, take these away from me. I stole 2 before I gave the package.
Hold on.
You're so good.
Now I can't get them.
I wonder what my face looked like in that moment as I just watched them fly.
They're gone now.
Yeah, I look like I'm very wistful. No. Okay.
Okay. By the way, have we gotten scores yet?
No. These haven't come through.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. It's really frozen, Magpie. Like, that was a while ago. Remember the sorta joke?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's so long ago that this is useless now.
Thanks for letting us know, Magpie.
I mean, a lot of stuff has happened. Oh, I'm sorry. We're just going to close it out.
So sorry to hear that. Does that mean we just have a blank space?
Yeah. I mean, not blank. Oh. Well, here, hold on. This is probably why we did this last time.
Oh, okay. Okay. So now we're ready to talk.
Okay,
Well, Cupcake Parade, I think it only freezes, unless you're saying I missed you saying it in the chat today. But like, usually chat doesn't freeze when we're on the desktop. It's only when we're traveling that this is an issue. It's just unfortunate.
Okay. So this matrix here is 3 times 6, 18. And I'm leaving this as an open thing, as I know about the long vowel, but we need another table. So I'm going to do it right here.
I do like tables.
Yeah. Okay. 2, 3, 4.
Oh, well, sorry, Magpie. I try to keep up with chat, but if I'm looking at documents. So I apologize to everybody who said it's frozen and I just didn't see it. Apologize. Hyperbole, that's what's for dinner. Yes.
Oh. Wait, no, I could do that one. And then O. And did you do one for this? You did. Did you do one for Bard I for conlangery or no?
Yes,
You did.
I did.
That's dotless I. I know I had that. Where is Bard I?
I think it's if you do shift in the V.
No, that's carrot.
Oh, now I will have to tell you in a moment. Because I remember doing it. It is shift V. You were just doing V. Do shift V.
Got it. Thank you. Okay.
Oh.
I listened, but I didn't understand with my thinking brain.
Oh,
Big
hi,
difference.
Dark Horse. Oh no, Mateus, I'm sorry to hear that. This local supermarket is out of flour and like the cheaper cooking oils. That's really unfortunate.
In Germany?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that crazy thing that your dad saw on Fox News?
Yeah, but those should all be R's, not L's.
Yeah, they should be. Is that what that is?
I think so, yeah.
Huh. It's a worldwide thing.
But I also think that those kinds of proclamations are what start the supply chain issues because people go out and overbuy.
100%. Yeah.
And if they wouldn't do that, then there wouldn't be a shortage for other people who just need it. It's like the toilet paper issue all over again.
Yep. We should have learned this from It's a Wonderful Life. Remember the run on the bank? Okay, so.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah. So then this. So the question is, what do we do with these when they're still in coda position? We can do nothing. And like when L is disappearing, it can leave a long vowel. That's fine. Do we want it to affect quality at all? So we have el, al, actually el, al, I'm sorry, el, al, al, ol, al. Then we have ar, or, ar. And sorry, or, ar. Ah, that should have been the easiest one. Ah, there we go.
Oh, canola oil. Yeah. So David's still broken from much earlier in the stream. Yeah, don't mention faux news. Ugh. Okay. Oh, Miles. That is an unfortunate situation to be in. When you want crunchy snacks, or you only have crunchy snacks at home, but you really want something different textured.
Okay, there's already the uvular lowering rule. Let's take a look at what that is. I think it's when something follows uvular, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. But also, Jake, no, you don't want to try a peep one day. No,
Vowels,
you do not.
Vowels lower one step kind of in the presence of uvulars. Oh, okay, no, we already have that and it's on either side, but it's a late rule. This is going to be an early rule. So,
and yeah, the front vowels do something with the uvular, which you had already mentioned we had. Okay. I feel like there's going to be a conflation, especially with the central vowels. The other vowels I was more able to hear some of the distinction, but that could be because my ears are not in tune to listening for that high central vowel. But it feels like there could be conflation of some sort with the coloring of the consonant that comes after.
What if it disappears? Leaves a long vowel. Still?
Across the board.
Like, will that have happened first? Basically, should the vowel coloring happen first?
If it's going to disappear and leave a long vowel, then yeah.
Okay. Gl, gl. Ir, 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 ir. Do you think they should all do one, or should it be what's closest? So, for example, for l and r, the is closest. For r and the is closest. If they're going to merge.
I mean, it makes sense that uvula would bring it down a step in merging. Because, yeah, that is what's closer.
Mm-hmm.
And so why would you make it harder on yourself when you're picking one of the two options?
Okay. Well, let's have this be an early rule then. I like that. Let's just write it right in. Right here with other assimilations. So.
And where was it? The uvular was that we already had.
Let's see, central vowel.
I was number 8. Okay.
Okay, V minus front minus back goes to alpha high next to consonant or before consonant.
By the way, this would be good motivation beyond, ease of production, but this would be good motivation for the later uvular lowering across the board.
Mm-hmm.
And so.
Yeah, it happens initially. Okay, so a coda. Wait. Consonants alpha high, and then how do we capture 2 trills and a lateral?
We don't. I mean, you have them all as approximants.
Yeah, that includes the glides, though. That's consonantal.
This is going to happen with the L's, too?
Yeah.
Okay. George says liquid. Oh, Jake says liquid, too.
Fine. All right, I'm just putting an R there. Okay. Central vowels will match the height of a coda of liquid. This means that a schwa will raise to barred I before R and L, and a barred I will lower to schwa before this one.
And yeah, Dark Horse, the chat is frozen. That's why it's just kind of there in the back now. Most of the Pages document is covered.
Yeah, it's frozen here too.
Yeah, no, I noticed that. I didn't know if you could refresh that page because I'm streaming from mine. So I think if you refresh on yours,
the whole page is just.
Yeah, yours is dead.
I'm just gonna do that. Lexergy in the back.
See some words.
Yeah. You still can't see it.
Yeah, you can. Oh, wait, no, you haven't put the pages back. No, no, you can't.
All right, whatever.
Dark Horse says the second and doesn't seem right. Oh, no, it's right because it's a separate structure.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
All right, so we got that. Do we want to have any other quality changes?
We have 2 good questions though. Davide As how do you determine the height of a consonant?
And what's alpha mean? Okay, sorry. So the first one, the height of consonant, it's tongue body height. So it doesn't really matter for consonants, it matters for vowels, but the truth is, like, your tongue is going to be higher or lower depending on where you pronounce a consonant. So for clear L, it's up at the roof of the mouth, and so the tongue body is high. Same thing for R, tongue body is high. Whereas for tongue body is low, usually.
And then
And then
Grendel, the alpha means they share the feature. And so whether it's like, it could be plus high, that means both of them are going to be plus high. But it could also be minus high, which means both will be minus high. So it's just a convenient way of saying whatever feature was put back on this side needs to match on this other side. And you do that in a lot of assimilation rules because, for instance, like when a nasal assimilates to place of a stop, you don't want to have to say like it's alveolar when it's an alveolar stop, palatal when it's a palatal stop, and so on. So instead, you just say like, stop alpha place, and then the nasal assimilates to alpha place, and so it just means it's the same.
Okay, this is what we have so far. So like, imagine Elnka, Alnka, Ernka, Arnka, Ernka, Arnka. Then we have Olnka, Alnka, Ornka, Arnka, Ornka, Arnka.
Okay, here to me, and I may be totally wrong because this is just my perception because of how I hear vowels. To me, instead of the height mattering with these, I'm getting I feel like it's going to be a difficult distinction between L and L, ar and ar. Like, I feel like those would end up merging.
Into what?
Ar, ar.
Well, I have one change I want to propose. And you remember that we're going to take care of these with the vowel squoosh. I was thinking changing el and er to l, er, and r.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Same thing with all, or, and or to all.
Yeah,
Okay.
it makes sense because that actually, like that bit of lowering makes it a bit easier to say, I think.
Yeah. And there isn't a lot of acoustic difference. Okay, let's give these ones.
And Riafio asked, does consonant height correlate with place of articulation? And I would say largely yes, because the further back it is, the more it's going to be not a high, right? Does place of articulation line up with the concept of a consonant being like plus or minus high?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the place. Yeah.
Okay, let's write that in there.
Boy, someone's having a time getting down the hallway. Do you hear them yelling, push? Telling you, places that have things that are supposed to help you carry things on wheels should not have carpet. And I think that's what's happening outside is there's a luggage cart and they're on the carpet. And it does not roll as well.
I should also put that in there. And this is but like
Minus central. Oh, is everyone seeing this? Do you want to put plus extreme?
There's a way to do it. There's a way to do it. You're going to hate it, but there's a way to do it.
What are you going to do? Just like plus high slash plus low?
No, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So
I mean, these rules, by the time you finish them, mean nothing to me until you explain them in prose.
There we go.
I'm like, what?
There we go. It ensures that one of them is always plus.
Why not just say minus central?
Central isn't a feature. Oh my God.
And this is where I say, I'm looking for a new co-host. Applications acceptable by... Oh, man.
All right. Mid-vowels that aren't central.
George says we know David's features are mostly bullshit anyway.
As opposed to what? Yeah, become minus ATR.
Raphael, you have a good point. Yeah, the hard floors in a hotel would be really loud, but I just know yesterday in the airport, I almost like fell over because I was rolling my luggage along and all of a sudden we hit carpet and like my bag stopped and I didn't and I was like, oh my gosh. And David's all looking back like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I can't push my suitcase. Oh, man. Ooh. That is a beautifully awful room. Nice. Yes.
That's, that sounds something like a folk etymology that the mice would do.
It really would.
They would say like, oh no, it's perfectly explicable, why each one has each tone if you break down the vowels into their numerical values. Okay, so that leaves al, ar, and all, or, all, ar. Sarna, sarna. Or actually, sarnka, sarnka.
I can go backwards.
If numerology were a thing in this world, I could actually see the mice, saying that as a positive feature. It's like numerology, but backwards.
Like you asked me last night if I said something unironically, and I was indeed not trying to be ironic about saying that I rather enjoy biting into a leaf.
Al, all.
I mean, like, I hear the difference. I mean, so that's... But now I guess the question is,
Salnka.
How do I feel about all and al? All, all.
All, all. Or, ar. Or, ar.
El, al.
El, al. Ar. Ar.
Those are harder to hear. For me. They're like one step apart.
But theoretically, the back vowels are closer than the front vowels are.
Yeah, they are.
Though I suppose a isn't at the bottom.
Yeah, it's one step down from the a.
Yeah, because the one that would be like the same distance apart, even theoretically, would be the one that doesn't occur in any language. Ah! The one that's a capital A.
Isn't it just the regular fancy A?
No. Here, I'll show you.
Side note, I'm wishing you hadn't thrown that bag now. Is it dinner time? I'm so hungry. Okay. But I also don't want to ruin my dinner.
Vowels. Well, where's the chart?
You don't get a chart.
I want a chart. That's the consonants. Show me the vowels. Hold on a sec. Like the old chart. The old freaking... They got rid of it.
That's why I said it's just the A now.
When did that happen?
Well, before 2015, because it's been on the chart since 2015.
Uh,
So I just don't know what to tell you.
where's the history? Where's the history? Hold on a sec.
David's now on a kick.
Not that. Not that.
What are you doing?
That.
I'm really not even seeing
You can't just change, things on me and
Well, when was the last time you looked at an IPA chart? It has been like this for a while.
like daily for my entire life?
Well, then how did you not know that they don't have the A on it?
What? But like, how could they?
Goodness gracious. If you've been looking at it daily, show me what chart you've been looking at that has had it.
Oh my God. Like, I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah, it's not even listed as an option on the UCLA, and you know they have a great phonetics lab there.
Oh my God.
I do like this chart though. I'm going to keep this. Look at that. They even give the hex values and the AFII code and things like that.
What happened?
This is lovely.
What happened?
Okay. Well, we have lost David.
What happened?
David is, I don't know, broken. Miles is asking, is this a phonetic Mandela effect? Maybe.
No.
Maybe. So George, he says that there used to be in the lower left corner of the vowel chart, this hypothetical vowel symbol that was like I'm guessing small capital A, because they don't do just capital A's. So a small capital A. I said it's just a regular A.
Small capital A-E.
And he was like, no. And so he went on this rampage and he can't find what he says was there.
Oh my God.
And Jake, you're absolutely right. Yes, this is Welcome Back to David Has a Breakdown on Camera. Oh, so you're saying though it's an AE, not just an A. But regardless, neither are there. I mean, I'm also trying to help speed this search up because it'd be great to get back to our language. Oh goodness. No.
You know what? If I were
not even looking up I looked up the uses of ash and IPA and it's not even showing the small capital ash.
If I were at home, I would be able to find it.
Okay. Would it perhaps be in a book that was written in 1920?
No. It's like the 1999 handbook. I swear it was there. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, how is this possible? How is this possible? I'm going to show you when I get back.
I look forward to it.
Okay. L-L-R-R R-R. I am I am actually, because there's also a rounding difference between those.
There is.
There's a rounding difference, and that's what helps. I am willing to merge these. If that would
the bottom ones.
If that would jump your bumper.
Sorry, I'm digging in for you, and even in the 1951, there's no character that you're describing.
I'll find it. Don't worry. I'll find it. I'll find it when we get home. Remind me. Find it, and I'll show you all.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, I'm willing to merge those. I am guessing you want to merge them up, or we could actually
I was just saying to my ears.
L L R R R R R. Well, they do sound close, but the thing is,
There was a small capital A, not Ash, in the 1888 version,
yeah,
as in Vater.
I know, but that wasn't the one.
In 1899, they removed it,
I know.
but that was the small capital A.
I fought vigorously at that meaning to keep the small cap A. Anyway,
When you find out your partner's a vampire. He
would
was
explain a lot.
alive.
Would explain a lot. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
trying to get Jessie back on track here. She's distracted us long enough. I am willing to merge them because now I understand that, you're talking about, production versus acoustics, but you said that was the thing. It is acoustics driving this, not production. In other words, they don't sound different, and so people, the cats think that they aren't different.
Can you do them again for me?
L, R, R, R.
Okay. And then the back ones would stay because they're different because they're rounded.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's really hard. Because especially in slow speech, as you're doing each symbol, like I'm like, okay, I can hear it. But if you were like saying,
Kelta.
Here
we go. Kelta, kalenta, kernta, kernta.
Oh, I can't hear that one.
Kerta, karnta.
That one's hard. The first one I heard the best. The other ones, it's like, okay, sure, if it's part of my language, I'm going to be in tune to those distinctions and I'm going to figure it out real quick.
Sure.
But just based on hearing them, I think they're similar enough that there's argument for them to merge.
But merge to what?
Oh, God, I don't know.
That's the question. They got to merge as one thing or the other.
But here, I think it's easier to say the epsilon. And so their ease of production, I think, would.
Yeah. All right. Merging as epsilon. And so then this will be the product of lowering, but this one's going to be the product of merging. All right, there we go. We got our set. That's good.
Mandela effect. Nice. Oh, George says he thinks he remembers that, so maybe you're not so crazy.
That's right.
Oh, and Raffio, yeah, it is always nice to have those values. But also nice when you just have a printout and you don't need to hover. Open. Oh, for what it's worth, Karis says the Turkish A lowers to A before M, N, L, and R. And Jake says that the capital Ash doesn't even show up in Foible, where they keep all the weird transcriptions.
Okay.
Do you see what you've done? You've made us lose track of everything.
Low, mid, L, merger.
I'm looking up what Dark Horse asked.
Why is that bold?
So usually it's just written as the A, it says. Sinologists may use the small cap A for the open central unrounded vowel, but the IPA voted against adopting that symbol in 76, 89, and 2012.
I actually used this vowel in a Google talk.
What was that?
No, I wrote it. And like they decided to adopt it in the language that we were building.
Well, look at that. Don't you feel embarrassed?
No. I feel what you feel like in the days leading up to your vindication.
I love the confidence you have.
I know what I remember.
Really, though, this is really fascinating to look at the history of the IPA and the descriptions they give and like where things were. I also just, I love to see the old typeface in these books. Like, how can that just not be beautiful to you?
Okay, so we're almost there. We're almost there. So now the question is about this lengthening. Still want the L to lengthen? And anything
Here,
else?
I'm ready.
So here we are. So nothing's going to happen to that one because the one I spelled with a regular A is just because the A is going to become cell. So like sarka would become sehka. And so now the question is, do we still want to lengthen it with the L?
I think I do, but I just want to let you know what's going on in chat. Jake also says he thinks he saw it. The true David stands have. Oh wait, I don't think he's talking about the IPA. It's the Google lecture. Mateus says I saw the Google lecture.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Jake's referring to.
Got it.
Sorry, I read that out of order. That didn't help. George says, did you guys know there are cursive forms for the IPA? And I need to see this.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, Jonathan. Oh, yeah, the OE and OE, AE, I think you mean, are identical in many fonts. True fans follow him on AO3. What's that?
Archive of Our Own.
Oh, that's right. I think you told me about that.
Yeah, that's where I post the.
And I don't remember what the Google lecture was, Anime Fan, in terms of what it was called. It was just a Google lecture. What was it?
I presented at Google 3 times. It was the most recent one. It was in 2019. It was what we had to move our second episode of LangTime Studio to Wednesday for.
Oh, yes. Way back when. That's right. I forgot about that. Also, thank you for clarifying, Jonathan. They look similar because it's the small cap OE and the regular OE, and yeah, they look identical to me. That's crazy. And so, anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
I assume that's the safe for work part of AO3.
Yeah. Silvertail, I use AO3 because that's where I post all of the dialogue for every show that I've worked on. I post it there. I used to post it on Tumblr, but then I left Tumblr. I figured AO3 was a good place because it seemed more stable. It was also much more easily searchable, and also like a lot of the people that want the dialogue are people that want to use it for their own fan fiction. So I figured why not just put it on AO3. I don't use it to write fan fiction or anything else. It's just for that.
Okay, so if you could create a little chart.
This is what's at stake here. Zachka. Zach. So that was the original idea. So salka, salka, and then we have also salska becoming saska. Sals.
Like I like that it leaves behind a trace.
Okay.
Cool. Like it does something, and I get that it may also color the vowel quality, but like then it's disappearing, and like I feel like that's.
All right.
Something. Kara says that in the talk you actually draw a small cap OE on the board, not a small cap AE.
But that one's the rounded version, I thought. Sorry, that's it.
Sounds a little nasally too.
Uh,
There we go.
Better?
Yeah. Oh. The vowels leave a noticeable trace in the litter box. That is the consonants. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Where should this rule be?
Very low and round is how you describe it.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Much lower than that,
Okay.
but still rounded.
Okay. Huge question.
Dun, da, da, da.
Is this L deletion going to happen before or after Rule 5? Rule 5 is the thing that voices all the fricatives. So let me show you what's at stake. Gosh, that's weird. Let's do this. Just do this. So this either becomes if it's before Rule 5, sals becomes sas. If it's after Rule 5, sals becomes saz.
I actually want it before.
All right.
Mainly because it's like if it's leaving the lengthened vowel, like did it need to like also voice the consonant?
Right.
Otherwise, I don't know. It just feels.
Okay.
It just feels right.
Okay. Loss of coda L. We do want to say nothing before just in that position.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Coda L is lost before another coda consonant. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
right.
And then it lengthens. Compensatory lengthening.
It lengthens the preceding vowel. Okay.
Jake asked, what about the H? That happens later though, right? Or was it earlier? Where does the H happen?
It was later. Voice glottal deletion, Rule 10. And so, but now we have to get to the other question because it's still a tricky question.
Okay.
All right. And this is what happens to Sarska. So,
I feel like a Broadway number's coming up.
well, it might
But
be.
what happens to Sarska?
We've had a great journey from Milan to Minsk. Okay.
But now what do with the RSK?
So, Sarska, this might have to be our poll this time.
Ooh, but that sounds like a good idea to think of a poll 12 minutes out.
Yeah.
Not that I'm keeping an eye on time so I know when I can eat dinner, but 12 minutes, I'm going to be headed out the door for the restaurant.
So, here are the possibilities.
Sarska can decide herself what happens to her. Yes. Sarska.
As the rules are written,
Sarska.
this is what happens right now.
Sarska. Sarska. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. I think this is going to be the poll, but
Okay. They got third.
they got third. What does that mean?
I don't know, third in their section. Sorry, scores were just released, but also remember they said they were scoring comparable to that other group from the earlier one that
Yeah.
also got 92. So they're on target with their scoring.
All right.
And that's a really close. Oh, a group from St. Louis.
Okay.
Okay, so this is very exciting. Oof. Okay, now we can get back to focusing. Last 10 minutes, we got this. Ooh, Juananinea likes Sarska. I feel like I would just naturally start voicing or voicing one of the two, but um,
Yeah.
sorry. Sark says that character from Star Trek Voyager.
I suppose like this can get ironed out later. The middle one can get ironed out later.
Yes, in Dark Horse, the lowercase r is an alveolar trill. The uppercase r, the small cap r, is a uvular trill.
So lowercase is r, uppercase is r.
Closer to the purr.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we'll just make that the pole. We don't need that anymore. Gonna make this purple. We actually don't need this anymore because we have all of this written out.
I do like it though, but it's fine, yeah. I just like the description that we have. And do you think at any point we're going to need that dynamic again to remember what we had ranked as?
Oh yeah, let's leave it for right now.
Okay. And of course, Solsta is going to stay somewhere.
Yeah.
Ooh, should we put Solsta as the header up top? You remember like we did for Booze, Money, Drugs? Love? Booze, Love, Money, Drugs?
All right.
I forget.
Where did we put it?
It was in the header.
Woku. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, don't do that. Let me open it.
All right.
It was actually, I think it was Tapafra. Like, I think that's how long ago it was.
No, I don't think
But
so.
I'll check. Opening. Ooh, it was a hashtag. Nice. Yes. We got to give these documents some pizzazz.
It's now the LangTime Reference Grammar and Lexicon Salsta.
Yes. Okay, so now we have it.
All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. So then we'll do that for the poll. And all right.
And we will find out, Luca, if the RZG cluster is really catty. Our patrons are going to tell us.
Yeah. Sarska.
And in the
versus
meantime,
Sarska.
we're gonna develop a favorite, and we're gonna be really upset when our favorite doesn't win.
I've already got my favorite.
Wow. I suppose David is already polling for one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have a poll. We have those decisions made. We've reified all that. Because we're doing only voice, that's not the question anymore, and we've been tackling the question mark we needed to. So I think that leaves us in a good position. Okay, what other combinations do we need to be on the lookout for in terms of change is?
I think that was largely it.
At some point, we do need to figure out the Great Vowel Squoosh.
Yeah.
Because that right now we do have a lot of vowels in the inventory.
Yeah.
That's
going to happen with vowel harmony, so don't worry.
So much so. Okay, but that's and that.
You can go up to the top and
all of the changes we were doing here wouldn't be affected by any of the vowel stuff because we put them so early that we only had our proto vowels, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about the fact that a vowel glide merger gave us some extra because that was only with the W and the J and we weren't dealing with any of those, so
yeah.
We're fine with that. Okay. And did we have diphthongs in this language or no?
No.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
So I think then that leaves us at a pretty solid place. What are we going to do for 6 minutes?
Do we want to get rid of the uvular Q at some point?
I think we do, or have some sort of alternation where the K shows up in certain environments and the Q shows up in others, but they've been conflated and now it's predictable when you'll get a K or a Q.
I think we should just get rid of it. We have so many things where the uvular affected it that it'd be fun to get rid of it.
Okay. Let's axe it. But do you want it before or after the Great Vowel Squish?
After.
Okay, so that will be one of the first Earls after the Great Vowel Swoosh.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we could put it at the end, but yeah, it's almost like the tough part is we're gonna have to talk about. I mean, as we're doing vowel harmony, we're gonna have to do a little bit of grammar because we got to come up with some affixes, at least theoretical ones, in order to even discuss doing vowel harmony.
Right. Yeah, we really do. Um, and Jake, the two diphthongs that we have are actually results of a vowel and a glide. So it's a vowel and a W and a vowel and a J in protoform. We didn't have any vowel diphthongs in protoforms. So like unlike the mouse language where we had all of them and then they all shifted and did something,
Yeah.
this one doesn't actually have any vowel combos in the protoforms.
Something that we could talk about is what's going to happen to, because this is partly, I think, what's going to drive the vowel harmony is the loss of central vowels.
Okay.
So, in particular, like, initial central vowels, what's gonna hurt them? Like you just have a word that's like buck and book. What are those going to become?
Everything just becomes everything.
They're unrounded. So beck and beak seems likely.
Because are you talking about like what at Rule 13 our inventory of vowels? The midsection, there's going to be a lot going on there.
Yeah, the central section is just going to get destroyed.
But also the midsection, are parts going to get destroyed just because there's so many?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then, of course, there's a open question of if we're going to entertain the idea of the back unrounded vowels.
Do we have to?
Bip, buck, buck.
Is that what you're thinking the central may do, is go back?
I mean, they could do that, but they could also go forward, beck and bick, or beck and beak. Actually, that's what they could do. They could go to beck and bick, and it would produce another vowel, and then there would just be this huge preponderance of vowels that, would really make the language reach a crisis point where it's like, now we got to squish these. There's just too much going on there.
And they squish, but they squish in a direction that a nearby vowel tells them to squish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Boy, this language is going to be a crazy one to keep track of all the different forms. Whew. Glad that's going to be your job.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. We can do it.
The dog language is going to be so straightforward.
Oh, so straightforward. You should go to the dog forum.
No. But I'm in charge of that one. I get to decide.
Yeah, but that the goal is to do the no minimal pairs.
No, I never agreed to that, and my name is lead. I never agreed to that, and I think it's a bad idea.
Everybody's so excited for it.
It is a bad idea because it's going to limit what forms, and we're going to need so many different sounds to make sure we never have a minimal pair, which means it's going to be ridiculous.
F, off, F.
It's going to be ridiculous. And then you have to keep track. And who's going to keep track of, oh, we can't do that because we had that. And there's only one feature difference between this stem and that stem. And oh, with the sound change, that creates a minimal pair. So now we got to do something to change it. Like, no.
If only somebody could write a program where every time you put a new word, it says if it's okay.
No. All right. Let's see.
Magpie, it is a bad idea, and it's the best bad idea.
And it's just not going to happen. You guys can do an experimental one. We could do that in a podcast. Let's explore the ramifications of no minimal pairs.
Well, of course, when we're at home, anybody can take the keyboard.
And Miles,
It's a wireless keyboard.
no consideration has been made about the vowel harmonies in terms of what drives them. Direction, like nothing really has been decided there. It's talking about something else. Thank you, Jonathan.
Yeah. I got to do that. It's just hard. I never remember how to do it.
Oh, that's why you were talking about the keyboard. Miles had a comment. Okay.
I could at least do the YouTube ones. That one's easy. But it's always confusing to me the actual podcast part. I'm never
Like on
very
the
good at-
RSS.
Yeah, I always forget how to
Mainly
do it.
because we only do it. Well,
Yeah.
only do it like essentially once a year,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's like trying to remember what did you do to make them accessible, and
Yeah.
like sometimes it works first shot, and other times it's like 8 times later you're still trying.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, all right, dinner time.
Yeah, you can eat something now, I guess.
Thank you.
I'm full after all that, but
What?
there were so many of those little monkey snacks.
Well, then you can go watch me eat. Okay.
All right.
Silvertail, this language is going to have vowel harmony. We just
Yeah.
haven't reached that stage yet. We'll get there.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm looking at my camera, like I'm trying to make eye contact with you, but I need to be looking over here.
Yep.
Did you want to take him outside real quick?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because Mateus is going to bed.
Oh, man. Okay.
Just a second.
Hold on.
And Mateus, if you already went, look at the end next time.
Here we go.
Oh, I was going to actually take him outside.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Because you won't see anything. But check out this view.
I'll let you know when we can see it in 10 seconds.
All right. There it is. Nice lake. Trees. Some squirrels in there, I'm told. You can hear a bird.
Ooh, there you go. Put down a little bit. You're getting a lot of room.
Darn it. Little chipmunky guy.
Ooh, I see that. Nice. Okay, so yeah, you have a pretty good angle. Still a little loopy.
Pretty good.
There we go. Now you have balcony. That's good.
All right.
Okay. All right, but yes, this is our view.
Okay.
We hope you all have a wonderful
Say grammar.
week and stay grammar, and we will catch you next week from a new location.
Hooray!
And we'll be back home after that.
Bye, everybody.